January 1st, yes, calendar-wise, it is the start of the year, but our life doesn't work like that, right? It's not like start, stop. December 31st wasn't the end of anything for us. It is literally day after day after day after day, right? A different way that I want to offer to you to look at your marriage is, instead of feeling like, okay, another year of not being where we want it to be, I want you to take a look at it as, well, let's just start here going forward. Let's just build awareness on what's happening. What has our experience been so far? What are the patterns that have led us to this place? And what are we needing for us to move forward together? Welcome to the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Perda. As a marriage coach who's married with 3 kids, I know how much parenthood could change a marriage. If flirting, laughing, and having fun together feels like a thing of the past, then I'm here to teach you that marriage doesn't have to feel so hard with your parents, and your marriage can thrive even when you're in the season of raising kids. Whether you're in a good place in your marriage and you just want to continue growing together, or you're wondering if you even like your spouse anymore, this podcast has something for you. Join me here each week as we dive into what it takes to help your marriage grow, and maybe even do a 180. You'll learn ways to handle conflict better, bring that spark back into your relationship, as well as learn how to improve other areas of your life from my lovely guest experts. Are you ready for the next stage of your life and marriage? Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. Happy New Year. Can you believe it? It is 2026. I remember at a time where this felt like it was going to be super futuristic, like the Fifth Element, where we'd have flying cars everywhere. But I just can't believe it's the new year, and with the new year brings on a lot of pressure sometimes to, like, new year, new me. I want to make sure that this year is better than the last, and let me set all these goals for myself. And I think all of those are really well-meaning, and I am certainly always about, growth and becoming more you. And if I'm going to take this into the world of marriage, which, hello, I'm a marriage coach, so I'm going to do that, I just want to offer you a different perspective on how to approach your marriage differently going forward. Okay. So with it being the new year, you likely may be reflecting a lot. And there's also this quiet voice that maybe you're not really paying much attention to, but it's definitely there. You notice it. And it's this like quiet sense of fear, maybe uncertainty about making sure that this year is going to be better, that you're going to do different things. Maybe this year is like make it or break it. Whatever is happening, there's some emotional weight in the new year, particularly if you're not happy in your marriage right now, right? It feels like, okay, we turned over to a new year. Is this going to be more of the same, or is it going to change? And if it's going to change, how, right? The holidays may have highlighted challenges that are present in your marriage, like disconnect, tension, resentment, unmet expectations, poor communication, right? And you might be carrying the question, well, shouldn't we be further along by now? Shouldn't we be past this by now? And I know it can bring on a lot of mixed emotions. And I want to remind you that you can feel multiple emotions at the same time. You can feel gratitude for what you do have, and you can also feel a desire for more. And so if you're questioning your marriage right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that something is wrong. It could be an invitation to just take a look at what's working and what's not working, and work on the thing that would have the biggest impact on how you two experience your marriage. Now, back to it being January 1st, yes, calendar wise, it is a start of the year, but our life doesn't work like that, right? It's not like start, stop. December 31st wasn't the end of anything for us. It is literally day after day after day after day, right? And so January 1st isn't and doesn't have to be a reset. What it could mean is just a reminder to reflect on, am I happy with what's happening? What is it that we could use more of, less of in this marriage? And I want you to alleviate that pressure that you might be carrying for how things need to happen or where you think it should be right now. Because your life is not bound by the calendar. Yes, we use it for scheduling things, but your marriage is not something to schedule unless you're talking about dates, right? And so I don't want you to treat January 1st as like the clean slate, because it's not, right? All that does is ignore past hurts and how you've gotten to where you are now. January 1st is just a continuation of what's been going on. And all I want you to do is just carry the information that you learned in years past as context for how to do things differently, not to view it as failure. Okay? A different way that I want to offer to you to look at your marriage is just, instead of feeling like, okay, another year of not being where we want it to be, I want you to take a look at it as, well, let's just start here going forward. Let's just build awareness on what's happening, right? What has our experience been so far? What are the patterns that have led us to this place? And what are we needing for us to move forward together? I don't want you to look at the past as like a stain on your marriage. I want you to look at it as purely information, right? Just like how every conflict you have with your partner, it is information. You get to learn from that about how you are, how your partner is, how you two work together. And it's kind of like an experiment. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work out. What worked? What didn't work? What do we need to learn? What do we need to test out differently next time? And I want you to start looking at your marriage as such, right? Unfortunately, we did not come with manuals, right? Individually, we didn't. Our marriage certainly didn't. Parenthood definitely didn't, right? And so a lot of this is about experimenting. And the beautiful thing is that you have a partner. So you have someone to bounce ideas off of, and you have someone to do this with, right? And so I want to just share some easy but insightful questions for you to consider asking yourself to offer some clarity on like what to do next in your marriage. So I already alluded to it earlier. What do I want more of in my marriage this year? Okay. Ask yourself that. Have your partner also ask themselves that, and then share your answer. And then the next question is, what feels like it's been getting in the way of having that? Answer that. Then you guys can go into problem solving mode, right? First, have your individual time to reflect, and then have a conversation about it as a couple. Get curious about what you're hearing, what you're learning about yourselves and each other. Listen without judgment, without feeling the need to, fix anything. And then come up with a solution together and work towards that. And I know that sounds simplistic, and it kind of is, right? Yes, there might be some nuance, like making sure that you're truly listening to each other, acknowledging the hurts that you guys have caused each other. And sometimes it does require you to put down the past and say, okay, we acknowledge we've hurt each other, and going forward, this is what we're going to focus on. Okay? You don't need to have everything figured out in this one conversation. All you need to know is like, what are we going to do next? And then when you get there, figure out what to do next. And then keep going, okay? Start wherever you are. Even making a 1% change creates progress over time, right? So don't compare your relationship to other people. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are for a number of reasons. So just start where you are. If where you are is building awareness of what's happening and what's going on, what you're wanting, what you're needing, and same for your partner, great. Start there, okay? And then if you feel like, well, I genuinely don't know where to start, we can't have a conversation without getting into an argument. I don't even think we can get through this because I'm still hung up on the past or on my resentment. Get support. Work with a marriage professional, right? Book a clarity call with me so we can get to know each other and I can share with you how marriage coaching can help your marriage. Getting support doesn't mean you failed. It means you've tried what you can and you feel like what you need to do is beyond your skill set. So you're just going to bring in someone that does have that skill set, just like what you do with a plumber or an electrician, right? You're like, okay, I've reached what I know about this subject matter, hasn't worked. Let's bring someone else in. That's all that is, okay? It means you investing in your marriage. It means you being committed to finding a way no matter what. So this is a really short and sweet conversation. I want you to reflect on those two questions. What do I want more of in my marriage this year? And what do I feel like is getting in the way of having that? Okay? Do that. See how that goes. If you're wanting support, book a clarity call. And I'm truly wishing you all the best year ever for your marriage, for your life as an individual, for your life as a parent. And you deserve that. Okay? Everybody has stuff going on. And no matter what you've done in the past, you get to move forward. You get to grow from whatever it is that happened. You get to learn from it. You get to reap the lessons learned and the benefits of going through those experiences and carrying it forward with you. And then also you get to put down some stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. All right? That's all for this episode. If you know someone that could benefit from listening to this episode, please share this with them. Better yet, tag me in your stories so I can give you a shout out. If you love this show, thank you so much for being a listener. I'm excited to start this new year for the podcast, and I'm excited to see what's to come, what guests we have on here, how many of you I get to connect with and work with. And I'm just so grateful to just start off my 4th year of this podcast. I can't believe it. It's gone by so quickly. So thanks for coming along on the ride with me. I hope that you've learned a lot so far and that you're getting a lot out of this show. If you would love to support this show, please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I would so appreciate that. That's what helps more people like you find the show and get the help that they need. So with that said, I hope that you enjoy your last week of winter break if you've got kids in school. And I'll catch you back here on the next episode. Bye. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please send me a message over on Instagram at Michelle Perta Coaching to let me know what you loved most about it. Hearing from my listeners is my absolute favorite. And if you've been loving this podcast, please leave a rating and review. This will help people like you find the show and get the help they need. Catch you here on the next episode. Bye.